I want to thank you for joining me today. I want to explain some of the features with the GeoSurveyor software for your newly purchased GEMS unit. We are first going to open a currently saved scan. We're going to start by going to File, Open. That'll bring up a dialog box to work from. You'll see a drop-down folder list of the scan location. In this case, we will choose the current default directory. You also have the option to create new folder, delete a file, and rename a currently saved scan from this menu. Again, we're going to choose the main default directory. Next, we're going to look at a scan that's pre-saved. You should have the same file on your software after install. We're going to highlight cr2.dat. We're going to click OK. And this is basically going to open up the scan for us. We now have the scan on the main window of the software. Now we're going to explore the major effects of this software using the views able to evaluate the scanned image. The view menu is duplicated not only on the toolbar up at the top left, as so, but also by right-clicking on the scanned image. From there we can also select a viewing preference, as so. First, I will select Highlight Strong Points. That's showing the strong values of the scanned data. To revolve back to the original scan, I will right-click and choose Reset Display. I will be doing this with pretty much every view that we're going to evaluate and look at. Again, back to the original display. Next viewing point, I will select Highlight Weakest Points, showing the values surrounding the high points to be highlighted. Once again, right-clicking to reset display. Next, we will toggle the two-color mode. You'll see it down here. Let's see. There it goes. Two-color mode, showing the highest point value in contrast with the lowest. By clicking on any view and moving the mouse, will rotate the drawing to your appropriate viewing preference. As such, as you can see, we can turn this drawing and be able to revolve it in any way, shape, form, and even look underneath it. We can also turn to the side and be able to see that. There are many different ways to view your scanned image within the GeoSurveyor software. Another feature, after of course turning the scanned image, there's a button created for you on one of the toolbars for the GeoSurveyor software. It's a center scan. So if you notice, you bring your mouse over the buttons and they will tell you what they are primarily used for. In this case, we're just going to go ahead and center the scan again. I want to show you a couple other options revolving around the GeoSurveyor software. Each one of these toolbar views up at the top, side view, reverse side view, oblique view, reverse oblique view, end view, and reverse end view, will let us take the software and manipulate the image to the preset standards of those toolbar buttons, as you can clearly see. Oblique view is primarily one of the nice ones to use. Shows you a 3D contour of the actual scanned image. Reverse oblique view basically rotates it, the same exact oblique view, just the opposite direction. We have the end view. We have the reverse end view, which is opposite of the end view. Again, we're going to go ahead and center the image once more. And we can right-click, reset display. Another functionality of the toolbars up here next to the center key are rotation access buttons. Got our down, our up, our left arrows. Will actually let us take the image and turn it to our preferences for viewing. This basically serves as a one-click style rotation rather than using the mouse. Again, center the image. Another very important view within the GeoSurveyor software is called 2D measurement mode. Basically shows the XY values in graphical form, as well as a small overhead view in 2D to show the anomaly variance. In the small overhead view in the top right, you can click on the scanned image and rotate the scan by once again moving the mouse to change the view. You can also choose to click the original scan and do the same. Once again, being able to use the toolbar at the top for different end views and toggle between them, as you can clearly see above. Basically gives us an overall view from a different perspective. You'll also notice the XY graphical mode to be able to see your high and low points and variance. And again, right click, reset display. Another feature the GeoSurveyor software has, if you notice at the bottom of the graphical image, you'll notice there's a gray platform and guidelines. This is used in assistance to kind of show you the top view and the bottom view. We have the option to actually go in there and take that gray base out. To do this, we right-click simply on the image, add remove guides. You're going to notice basically what you're going to have is a 3D image. Now we are able to actually rotate underside of the image and be able to see the drop in depth of the anomaly. Again, this option is simply for viewing preference. I'm resetting the display and centering the image back to its original state. You can toggle this Add Remove Guides feature by simply clicking on the option once more, putting the view back the way it currently was, as such. Next, there is a Detail toggle function by the way of the right-click menu, giving you a more intensified version of the scan using color blocks, so you can more easily distribute the values in a color-coded format, still being able to use the view mode toolbars to look at different end modes. By clicking on the option to Detail Toggle, it will also reset the data once more. As such, the color bars. You still are able to rotate this image as any other image with the software. It will just show a little bit of a different style of viewing. Again, you may center the drawing. And once again, we're going to go ahead and reset the display. Next view mode I want to explain is called Changing Perspective. It's actually titled Change Perspective. It's an easier way of looking at the reverse side of the data. Sometimes it's easier to actually go and rotate the image in order to see the difference. Again, you can toggle this setting back and forth. Next, we're going to look at what appears to be wireframe mode. That's what you're looking at right now. It's also in the right-click menu from the drawing, and it toggles it on and off. When clicking on wireframe mode, you'll notice some of the actual colors and the lines are a little sporadic, but it gives you an overall image presented here showing the anomaly. There is another feature while in wireframe mode called Detail Toggle. If you watch this image, you will see the difference between the two. You'll notice that the wireframe mode is now a little bit more tight-knit, and you are able to rotate the image just as the other views, giving you a little bit more contour in your scanned image. Again, a preference for viewing. Once again, we're going to go ahead and reset display. Last but not least, we have a function called Define Rotations. Now what Define Rotations is, it's a way of saving the detailed preferences that you choose to a one-click option using the user-defined buttons as a quick toggle between your choices, thus making it easier to bounce back and forth between views. You will notice by right-clicking on that, actually we're going to go ahead and single-click on the view up here. You're going to notice this Define Rotations, noticing that it gives you preset keys 1 through 4, which appear on the top toolbar up here. So when rotating an image like this, you can go to View, Define Rotations, and define user key number 1, which is going to set the image to user 1, as you can see. You have 4 options to do that, thus making it easier to toggle between views instead of using the view menu. Once again, last but not least, we're resetting display. We're going to go ahead and center the image. This concludes the demonstration on toggling viewing details of a saved scanned image.